What's going on? So welcome back to the channel. Today we're interacting to the 9th episode of bottom tier character Tomazaki. This one's titled, When You Go Back to the Start of Town with a Full Party, New Stuff Tends to Happen. My voice is kind of shot already, as you can kind of tell. I don't know quite what's wrong with it, so I was fine last episode of the videos I'd done, so I don't know what's going with it. So yeah, we've wrapped up Mimi's arc, essentially. We have varying focuses on which character we focus on. Judging by the thumbnail of Funimation's video here that we're going to be watching, it looks like we might have a bit more focus on Kikuchi, which would be great because she's the one I kind of want to know more about, and she is the goal, essentially. She's the most likely candidate for Tomazaki to maybe get somewhere. However, we're starting to see, I feel like there's a little bit of a disagreement and a little bit of a tension starting to form between Tomazaki and Hinami. Especially when they were talking about Tomazaki's approach to tac fam and stuff. Hinami was like, well, you're doing it to be the best, right? Because, as we've proven, she wants to be number one in everything. That's her goal. And Tomazaki's like, I'm not going up against anyone else. I'm trying to beat and improve myself. And it's like, he's looking inwards rather than trying to beat anyone else. He's trying to beat himself and improve himself and grow in that way. And honestly, Tomazaki, I like that whilst Hinami has really helped him open up and become more sociable and stuff, he's still, for now, retaining a lot of his individuality that kind of he didn't really get to showcase because he wasn't being social. And it's like, I mentioned it right at the very early episodes. His sincerity, especially, is something that really pushes through in his character, and you can kind of see. I wonder if they're going to keep going with that, because this show has been very much character building, character development, and their journey through it. I would say a coming-of-age story, but I don't know if it necessarily qualifies as one yet. But it's mainly focused on that. And the romance side of things was just the base premise to get us moving. Maybe we're now going to start shifting back towards the romance aspect of it, if we're going to start focusing on Kikuchi some more, because, well, that's the idea, right? We're meant to be getting closer to her and potentially her as the candidate for dating, I suppose. But I don't know if that's necessarily going to work if it's I'm doing all this because I want to date you. I mean, I guess that's kind of what people do anyway, if you think about it. It's you try and impress, you try and show off. It's that's part of trying to make someone fall in love with you, I guess. Just depends on what exactly you're doing or how you're doing it, and yeah. It's a bit iffy, but yeah, hopefully we are focusing on that, or at least starting to focus on that, because that would be a great way to have this final arc if we return more to the romance side of things, because that's kind of why I really enjoy these types of shows, when they have this romance aspect. And this show is being very serious with it. Well, not very serious, but it's being serious enough with it, and giving the characters a lot of build-up and backstory and stuff. Because we are meant to be going to see a movie with her, right? But that just hasn't happened yet, so yeah. Hopefully that's going to be this episode, maybe. I don't know. I'm very interested to see where we go with this, anyway. So yeah, gonna load the episode up here. I'm just gonna get into it. My voice really doesn't feel great, so let's just get into it. As per usual, these are time-based more actions here on YouTube. If you want to see full picture, you can go to my Patreon down in the description below. £4 a month gets you access to all picture actions I do on the channel, which is everything from this season and future seasons. Certain backdated shows, like Mario After Patriots, more will be coming in the seasonal gaps. As I try and get shows that have upcoming sequels, for example, Madoka Magica Side Story, or Bow Free, things like that. We also have a movie poll going on right now until end of Sunday, I believe. So you can vote on what movie we watch this month. I think Wolf Children might win it, but we'll see. On YouTube, though, we are doing time-based because we have to for copyright. Bottom left of the screen, you'll see a time for the episode. I count down 3, 2, 1, play. Then on play, you start the episode, I start the episode, and we'll be in sync. Watch the small Funimation, since that's who latest it this season as per usual. We have the Funimation logo to start, and then we're into the episode, so about 7 seconds logos. You can also use screen flash on my face or my tell when the scene is transitioning. That should help you sync it up as well. And with all that said, let's get into this week's episode, shall we? In 3, 2, 1, play. Formation. Cheers. Here we go. Oof. Well, we have the movie date. Okay. Really? Okay, we are going this way then. OP time. I guess we are going the romance route. About time, but alright. Level 9. Okay. Hmm. Yep. You have been getting on somewhat well. It's a bit of a rush, but it depends how well it goes. Mm-hmm. You boy. Okay. Yeah. Alright. Proper backpack, okay. Hmm. So superficial. Mm-hmm. Consumer electronics, okay. Mm-hmm. Although for slightly different reasons. Sure. Normally, maybe. I genuinely think there is a bit of a chemistry there already that they're just not quite accounting for. Ooh, nice. Okay. Hmm. That's a good point. think she did necessarily. Okay. Sure. Yeah, that's true. Just got to gauge it where the level is. Just got to find the right level. Oof. See, that's where you need to have like a just a quick little back and forth. Uh huh. We're doing it at his house, okay. Yep. Uh, uh, yeah, they are. Of course, she's looking. Who buys DVDs anymore? Oh, controllers. Hmm. Hmm. Did he notice? Sure. I mean, test courage is very much typical for this sort of thing. Hmm. See, using a swimsuit, he's a goner. I love it. Mm. Hmm. I mean, that's fun in itself, right? Playing wingman. Hmm. Hmm. He is, yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yes. Yes. I went well. Yeah, it is. Mm-hmm. Here she comes. Smile. As beautifully awkward as it should be. Hmm. It's not from the sun. Probably. Angel in the caged bird. Nice. Music does not make it sound like it's going well. Hmm. 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 When you switched it up from... Hmm. I don't think you'll realize that, though. I still consider this a success, though. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Nice. Mm-hmm. Yes. Hmm. What's the next idea? Fireworks show. I mean, that's a classic. Quick response, as expected. Mm-hmm. Right, the overnight. Ugh, no idea. Okay. I actually think what's kind of interesting there, and I think this is what they're going for. I'm not 100% certain. But it's almost certain that when he became hard to talk to was when he became more forced into what Aoi had taught him, which is the normie style, right? Whereas them two naturally just started talking. Like Tomazaki never put any extra effort into talking to Kikuchi at any point, really, if I remember correctly. Like they just started talking, and it was just like it was going well. And in their interactions where Aoi is very hands off and is not guiding them at all, they just get on naturally well. But as soon as he switched it into, like, honestly, the question about how she got into books was a good one. That was a good one. I mean, yeah, we're talking about Andy. We just see the movie. Like, how would you get into his books? It's like it's such an easy no brainer to talk to. Then switching suddenly to the cheese, it was like, okay, that was a bit abrupt. Like, you could have stuck on that talking point for a while. Like, I don't know. That felt like you were jumping around a bit and just trying. It felt like you were trying too hard to find something to talk about. When I don't think you necessarily need to constantly be like that. Thinking this is also part of Tomozaki from his conversation experience. This is just how he knows to just get by. He hasn't quite found his own way of. He hasn't found his own way yet. He has hints of it, right? Like I said, with his sincerity from the very early episodes. And like his general demeanor, his general like attitude and aura almost. And that's why Fuka is why they're getting on so well, just naturally between the two of them. It's honestly while some of Aoi's teachings are very helpful and are helping him get by, he shouldn't be forced into just always using them. He needs to learn where to pick and choose when it's appropriate and how you integrate them with your own style. Like I say, he needs to find his own way in all of this. And I think that's going to be the real challenge for him moving forward. I mean, next time we're going to have the group trip, right? So we're not going to have another Jaku-Chara episode for a while. We might get one more by the end of the season, I don't know. I don't know if the overnight thing's going to be just one episode or 2 episodes. If it's 2 episodes, it means we only have 1 episode left for Jaku-Chara, which would be a shame. But yeah, the scene with Tomozaki and what's his face, Mizusawa. That was a good scene between them, and that worked out pretty well. Like actually, pretty well. Yeah, that actually went pretty well. And seeing the family's reactions as they all come around was just brilliant. Yeah, I'm interested to see how this barbecue and overnight thing goes. Should be interesting. But I wonder if Tomozaki will come to that same conclusion that when he switched it up and tried to follow her teachings, that's when Jaku-Chara noticed. Because like we kind of established Jaku-Chara very early on, because she is trying to write a novel, that she really likes to dig into a person and the way they act. And she even said about, what episode was it? She said something about Aoi and it's like how she couldn't get a reel on her and couldn't understand her. And there was an episode where she said something along those lines. And I'm wondering if that's starting to play into how Tomozaki's behaving as well, with him just following her teachings as if they're gospel. Like, they're great advice for the most part, don't get me wrong. A lot of what Aoi says is very, very helpful advice, but it doesn't mean you have to follow it to the letter every single time. You don't have to force yourself to be like that. You need to take those teachings on board and then slowly adapt them to your own personal style as well. Which is hard when you didn't have much of a personal style to begin with, but do what feels natural and what feels good to you. Don't just, because someone else said it works, don't just automatically assume that it must work for everyone and everything. You need to experiment with it, make a few mistakes here and there, like we kind of did with Jaku-Chara to an extent. It wasn't a huge mistake, but it's informative. And then you grow on those and develop, so I wonder if he will come to the same conclusion, because that's how I feel about it. But anyway, that's just the ramblings of one random guy, isn't it? So that's going to do it for today, guys. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed that one as much as I did. Leave a like if you did, as well as your comments what you thought of the episode and your thoughts on the whole Jaku-Chara situation, the Aoi situation as well. Don't forget to hit subscribe as well to see next week's episode, as well as the rest of the Winter 2021 lineup you can find on the channel. Thank you for watching. Till next time. See you guys later.